Welcome to homework.
All right, let's go ahead and do this problem. So the question is, you're given the limit as n approaches to infinity, the sum from I equals to 1 to n of x of I, square root of 1 plus x of I cubed, delta x, okay? And x is between 2 and 5 inclusive. What is the definite integral form of this expression? So the definite integral, the integral from a to b of f of x dx, this is defined to be the limit of a Riemann sum, limit as n goes to infinity, of the sum of I equals to 1 to n of f of xi, using the same notation, delta x, where delta x is equal to b minus a over n, where the x is defined between a to b. Okay, so long story short, what's really happening here is that you have a region between a to b, and then you want to calculate the area under the curve using rectangles, where this is the height and this is the width. Graphically speaking, this is what's going on. So just as an example, if I have a shape that looks like this is A, this is B. I split it into a bunch of rectangles where this is f of x. Delta x is each of these widths, and the height is f of xi, where the xi is each of these points. Okay, so we know that the area under the curve right here, the approximation gets better and better the more rectangles we have. So if we use n rectangles, this is going to be the sum, but as we use the limit as n approaches to infinity, we're going to have an exact match. So this is the definition of what the definite integral is. Okay, so all we need to do to really answer this question is to see how this is related to that expression right here. It all boils down into figuring out what the limit of the integration is, what f of x is, and d of x, dx is usually just delta x, so we don't need to worry about that part. So here, the limit and the sum, we already know that part is just going to be this s portion of the integral. Now here, xi is my input. We need to match this as my xi. What is it equal to? Well, it's xi times the square root of 1 plus xi cubed. It's actually not that difficult. It's exactly what it looks like. This portion becomes your delta x. So when I multiply f of xi with delta x, I get this portion, which is the area under the curve. That's a rectangle, okay? If we add them all up, it will be the definite integral. And we're taking the limit as n goes to infinity, so we know that it is going to be the exact answer. Now, what are the limits of the integration? It's given right here. X is supposed to be from 2 to 5. So that is where we get the expression, the integration from 2 to 5. F of x is x square root of 1 plus x cubed, and delta x changes to dx. And this is going to be the answer to this question.